Inspiration, education, action. This is the Seeds to Success Show with Ben Godinez on Money 105.5.
Stop watching the Seeds to Success Show on YouTube and driving. You're going to get in an accident or get a ticket. Watch it on YouTube later. Welcome to the Seeds to Success Show. I am your host and Insurance 101 guy, Ben Godinez, with Gateway Insurance Group, taking the if out of life and learn how to live. Thank you so much for tuning in here today. I'm so excited for today's message. Today we're talking about people before profits. And I am enthused and blessed to have two local Chick-fil-A owner and operators here in the studio today to talk about this with us. Daryl Frick, say hello.
Hello, pleasure to be here.
And Levi Vitsu, how are you, man?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having us on.
Did I botch your last name?
Perfect. It's good.
Did it good? Okay. Welcome to the studio, guys. They're going to be talking to us about their experience and their triumphant story of success within the organization, inside and outside of the organization, how they got here. So we're going to get into them in just a moment. If you're watching this in post-production on YouTube or on Facebook through the Ben Godinez sites, you'll notice the high-quality video production done by Keith Halterman and Go View This Home Productions. And you'll see the split screen and all the things that they can do. Well, they specialize in real estate marketing, actually, where they do full HD video production for your home if you want to list it, or if you want to go buy a home, instead of going 12 different houses all day long and wasting your day, you can just watch a few 2-minute videos on their site and you can check out to see if the home is for them or not. The receptionist here at the Money 105.5 studios just told me that she watched a video of a house up in Oregon that she was going to buy, and because of that video, she's like, no, I don't want to move up there at all. So it can be very valuable. And so if you're looking to buy or sell, you should go and check out goviewthishome.com. Or if you're in real estate and you're not using their services, well, you're behind the 8 ball. You need to get up with the times and use this for your marketing. So give them a call today, 916-207-2097, or jim@goviewthishome.com. So without further ado, let's talk about people over profit. And I want to kind of formally introduce you guys because I've known Daryl here for many years, as I'm a fan and maybe a little biased of Chick-fil-A because I'm like their number one customer. I started going to Chick-fil-A about 4 years ago now when I moved up here to Sacramento, and Chick-fil-A was the closest place to my office. So of course it's on the corner. I'm going there, and I wanted to check it out the first time. So my first experience at Chick-fil-A, check this out. I'm figuring it's just a fast food restaurant, and it's some McDonald's type of chicken sandwich, and it's going to be all pasty and nasty from sitting in an oven all day. Quite the contrary. Not only was I greeted when I came in and asked how my day was, but she gave me recommendations because I had been there for it was my first time, and so I said, okay, well I'll do the strips, it's the nuggets. I'm going to do the nuggets and do the 8-count nugget meal, number 5 or 6, whatever it is. Number five. Excuse me. And so I get my order. I sit down, and she comes by to deliver my food, which already is different than fast food. Usually you have to go up and get it. And I open up the box, and actually they had given me strips instead of the nuggets because I was in between. And I ate them. They were great. They're fantastic. And dipped them in the sauces and all that. And she comes by about 2 minutes later, and she says, how is everything? Can I get you anything else? Can I get you a refill? And I said, everything's great. Everything tastes great. I think I ordered the nuggets and not the strips. I'm not sure if the price difference. If I owe anything, I just wanted to let you know. And she said, no, I'm so sorry. Yeah, you're right. Actually, I remember you ordering that. I'll tell you what, let me go get you your nuggets. So she brought out a whole nother order of nuggets on the house and got me a refill, and it was fantastic. She cleaned up my plate afterwards, and as I'm leaving, she wanted to make sure my experience was great, and I was giving her my review, and I was like, I'm very satisfied with everything. It was fantastic. And she goes, hey, have you tried our milkshakes yet? And I'm like, no, I didn't even know you guys had them. And she's like, hold on one second. And she goes and gets a chocolate milkshake and gives it to me on the way out, free of charge, just because she wanted me to have a great experience. And, the famous line, right, isn't just like, see you later. It's my pleasure.
Yes.
My pleasure. And so I want you guys to talk a little bit about not only who you guys are individually in your restaurants, but also about S. Truett Cathy, who started Chick-fil-A, and kind of the whole philosophy of Chick-fil-A. So Daryl, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. So as you said, I'm down in Elk Grove. I took over in 2011, and just been able to see amazing results since then. We grew by 21% 2 years ago and 26%. I think most of that sales is contributed to you eating there every day.
I have to be honest. I've eaten there 3 times in a day.
Thank you for that. Just seeing tremendous results, and Also have a beautiful wife, Brooke, and 5 children.
Got your hands full.
Yeah, they keep me busy as well. So.
Okay, all right, and leave you. Tell us a little bit about yourself as well.
Yeah, so quick story on me. I am the owner-operator of the Chick-fil-A in Rancho Cordova, so it's right off of 50 and Sunrise.
Okay.
There, we've been there for about 9 months now, and I love being in
Congrats.
the area, getting involved in the community. And I also am married to a gorgeous wife, Karina Visitu, and we have 3 kids.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You guys are both family man, running the business, which is incredible. Starting a business from almost scratch to being profitable in the first few years is something to be said. Most restaurants, I think it's 80% of restaurants close in the first 3 years. Is that right?
Yes.
That's right.
So for you guys to have a model that works, is, and I hate to compare this even, but it's something similar to McDonald's in the sense of they're in real estate, really. And they have a model that works, even though it's a different kind of fast food entirely and a different model. You can make a business work when you've got the processes in place and you've got the right morals and ethics. So, guys, tell me a little bit more about, that's true, Kathy, because I don't know if everybody really understands why he started this whole franchise. So can you guys expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So when you do look at our model and you look at our success, it directly is an indicator of what he did. Born in 1921.
Depression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lived in Atlanta, Georgia, just outside of Atlanta. Grew up near poverty. First one into government housing, subsidized housing in the state of Georgia. He joked that the only toy he got to play with was a loose tooth, and it wasn't his own. So just humble beginnings. But then after he went off to World War II, came back with his brother, Ben, and decided to open a restaurant. They had $5,000 themselves. They went out and got a loan for $5,000, so they bootstrapped what they called the dwarf grill. It was a dwarf grill because it was so small and only had 5 bar stools. And he actually rented a house just outside of it so that he could hear cars come across the gravel driveway.
Wow.
Just in case in the middle of the night he needed to jump out and help. Very dedicated to the business. Ended up losing his brother a couple years into it. Very tragic accident. And so through that, he ended up expanding into a second restaurant. Grew that, and then a fire actually burned down the second restaurant.
Oh wow!
And
in that, no business insurance.
Yeah. Well, in that moment, he realized that it was actually a blessing because he felt very stretched from running 2 restaurants. So he goes back to his original Dwarf Grill, and he's located right next to the Atlanta airport. Delta Airlines comes to him and says, hey, we got a problem. We have boneless, skinless chicken breasts that are too big for us. They're out of spec, and we don't have anything to do with them. Do you want them? And so he took this as an opportunity to develop what we know as a chicken sandwich. Okay. He remembered his mom cooking, and she would use a pressure-style cooking for her chicken, her fillets. So he put some seasoning and coder and developed over a 2 to 3 year time span, developed what we know as a chicken sandwich.
Okay, that's like the fried chicken sandwich.
That's the breakthrough right there for him.
Okay.
So he his first move was he wanted to franchise it. Just from day one, he knew that he was overloaded running 2 restaurants. There's no way that he could make that happen, so that he needed to bring in other leaders, business leaders that could run a second location for him. Okay. So his first another breakthrough, his first move was to go into a mall. Okay. And the food court in malls did not exist at the time.
Right, that wasn't like you have 15 different restaurants and you just pop right in. And
the whole thought of the developers was, we don't want the smell of a restaurant inside of a mall. We don't want the trash, that customers are going to leave behind. His argument was, hey, your customers are leaving your malls because they're hungry.
Exactly.
So if you want to get them to stick around, this is a good idea. So the first developer to sign on was a developer of Greenbrier Mall in Atlanta, Georgia. He allowed Chick-fil-A to come in, and from there they rode the mall boom that happened until where we're at today.
Wow. So he really was the cornerstone of the mall restaurateur business, and there are many of them here today. I mean, I know one of my favorites is Steak Escape.
Yeah.
I love Steak Escape, but you can't find them outside of a mall, right? I mean, they're hard to find. So that's how Chick-fil-A started, and then I'm sure you had enough equity to start making his own, brick and mortar locations, and then starting to be more established. So we have about 1 more minute left. I'll leave you. Tell us quickly about what drew you to Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, so real quick for me is, I was growing up the corporate ladder, doing all kinds of things, trying to figure out how to become an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship has been in my blood for a long time and in my family. So as I've done more and more research about where do I want to sign up for and where do I want to, put a stake in the ground, the more research I've done, the Chick-fil-A really continued to rise to the top. Okay. Great company as far as morals, values, but also growth, the business aspect of it, and how we're growing, how profitable we are. It was just kind of a no-brainer. The more I looked into it, the more excited I was about the opportunity.
Yeah, it's got to be to draw you guys in. I mean, you guys are sharp guys. You guys both have degrees, and, it's got to be something special. So we're going to dive more into this here on segment 2 and get more into people before profit. Stay with us on the Seeds to Success show, brought to you by Gateway Insurance Group.
Inspiration, education, action. This is the Seeds to Success show with Ben Godinez on Money 105.5.